fight fans, we have a great one for you tonight. We have with us professional fighter, trainer, comedian, and relationship coach, Greg Hackett, Greggy Bellafonte, you name it. How you doing, Greg?
I'm chilling, man. How you doing, fellas?
Man, it's always a pleasure having you. I mean, you've done several boxing 396.
Yeah.
Talk to me. We saw on social media you had a fight in Dallas a week ago.
No, it was in Tampa, Florida.
Tampa, Florida, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And somehow we were looking forward to seeing you fight, and something happened. What happened?
I got the call short notice. Of course, a week to come down to fight a 6-0 guy at cruiserweight down in Tampa, Florida. Once I saw the flight and everything, the flight information, the hotel information, I knew everything was real. So I got down there. Everything appeared to be real, but I knew something was fishy when they didn't have my per diem money. Per diem being my money to eat and, do little things that I need to do. That's for the people who don't know. Of course, you know, George. So then we get to the weigh-ins and the guy's telling me that he don't have all the money. So I'm like, well, I didn't come down here for nothing. So of course you got till tomorrow. So we get all the way to the fight day. We check in, we go in the back locker room. I'm getting ready to change. And the guy telling me like, listen, I don't have all the money, but I can get you a few dollars right now. So our argument opened up because I'm angry at this moment. We going back and forth arguing about it. The crazy thing was he sent me some of the money through Cash App. So I had that money already in my account. And then he goes, well, I don't have the rest, but, can we work something out? So I'm still going back and forth to the point where the main promoter goes, well, you know what? I don't want nothing to do with this fight anymore. It's off the card. So then now the ball's in my court where the guy's like, well, Greg, can you send me my money back? And I'm like, what part of the game is that? I'm like, I signed a contract. You know what I mean? I weighed in. I made weight. I'm supposed to make my money. So now he's like crying. He's down on his knees crying for the money back. And I'm like, no. And, so on and so forth. So I broke out of there with a few dollars and came on home.
But he was obligated. What was he obligated to? Usually in some contracts, 60% or 50%.
Okay, so in boxing, we have a such thing called the A side and the B side.
Yes.
This guy wasn't contracted through the actual promotion company, meaning they wasn't his promoters, but his manager or so-called manager got him put on the card. So with him being put on the card, he's now a part of the promotion, but he's self-contracted. So that means they got to cover all the expenses. Okay. They didn't have all the money. So I broke out of there.
Well, you had a whole week, right?
Yeah.
Based on previous experience, that's a long training camp for you.
Yeah, that's pretty long. I usually get a few hours, a couple days, something like that. So a week was actually motivating. I felt good. When I went down there, I felt good.
I remember we were at 2300 Arena years ago, and you got a call while you were at the arena for a fight on Saturday night, and you drove to Baltimore. So a week, my God. I felt sorry for your opponent. Maybe it's good you didn't fight for the entire week to train. That kid's probably would have gone.
And that's how I was feeling too. I was feeling good. So I was just like, damn, I really did. And the show, the fight would have been on Telemundo. So I was really excited about that. I probably would have hit, national TV,
And
but
you're a cruiserweight.
It is what it is. Yeah. And I came in underweight. I was in shape. I was in the best shape of my life. I felt good.
I think, Hackett, I really believe they saw you get on the scale. The guy got scared. And you're from Philly. And they said, we gave Hackett 7 times the amount of time to train that he normally has. 7 days.
Yeah, that's too many.
Not the day before.
Yeah.
And
they usually catch me out the bed,
Exactly. So, well, I'm glad it worked out for you. I know you wanted to fight.
Of course.
Talk to me, man, about some of the things you've been doing. You're still training fighters. I know your son, Pat, man. I see him on Instagram looking like a baby James Tone.
Yeah, I mean, he getting ready. It's a proud moment for me seeing my son come to the gym every day and actually, want to do it himself. I kind of made a deal with him, a few years ago. I said, when you turn 14, we got to go ahead and turn it up because I don't want you hanging out in the street and stuff like that. Yeah. So he stuck to the deal, you know what I mean? And he turned pro. I said he turned pro. He turned 14 January 9th of this year, and he's been consistent ever since. So that's all I could ask for, And then I'm just, me, man. I'm just always in the gym working, trying to get better as a coach and trying to just keep studying and learning, keep up with the game.
And you remember years ago, I think Pap must have been about 7 years old, and we were at the amateur show, and he didn't get a fight, so he went in the dressing room and went around asking everybody, probably 100 pounds heavier than him, did they want to fight?
He was just trying to get it. He just like me when it comes to that. He just wanted opportunity. He just wanted to get in there and fight, man. And that's what I love about my son. I definitely passed him my heart, but we got to make it work for him, though,
I like him, man. He reminds me, what they say, the apple didn't fall far from the tree. It fell right under the tree.
Yeah, that's for sure. Especially when he boxed. When he boxed, I'd be sitting there mad and everybody be laughing because he be in there having a ball. And they be like, Greg, that's you. That's how you act. And I'm like, no, I'm not eating. But, it is what it is.
Well, Greg, let me say this, man. There's no way you could have made it on Maury. Once you walk in the studio, they would have kicked you out. You won't hear, that's not Mr. Hackett. They just look at Pap as like,
Yeah, I already know.
That's the smaller version.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Now, one of the reasons we want to talk this afternoon, man, just get your insight and foresight on some of these fights. Let's talk about the welterweight division. What do you want to see?
Welterweight division is exciting, but of course I want to see Terrence Bud Crawford and Earl Spence. Of course I want to see that fight. I would love to see Boots Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz, but even though Boots
Wait. Listen, I thought you liked Virgil Ortiz. Why do you want to see that man's career end?
I mean, hey, listen. In Texas, he's a big thing, and in Philadelphia, Boots is a big thing. I want to see it happen.
No, I'm just joking. Virgil Ortiz is a really, really good fighter, aggressive, young, strong, but Boots is on a different planet, man, by himself.
He is, but sometimes aliens, they fall on Earth. Sometimes they visit Earth. So I would like for Boots to come to Earth and go ahead and handle business.
Well, Boots, let's look at on the ranking. Virgil Ortiz is up and coming. He's probably about 3-4 fights away from where Boots has landed. I think Boots should go ahead and get a world title fight. And then hopefully Ortiz can get a title fight. Then they can unify it.
Yo, but what's crazy? Speaking about the welterweight division, Golden Boy has Virgil Ortiz, right?
Yes.
But they also have a fighter by the name of Rashidi Ellis. Rashidi Ellis has been in the shadows for some years. I wonder why they don't make that fight. 2 undefeated fighters.
Yes. But Ortiz looked good. But it's who's just in the class by himself. Put it this way.
I believe.
Yes. Now, who do you like in that fight with Spence and Crawford?
I like both fighters, of course, but I'm leaning towards Crawford because of the elements. Being able to switch southpaw, orthodox, the punching power, the hand speed, the instincts, the grittiness, everything about Crawford I love. I love everything he do. You know what I mean? People sometimes they say, well, he get hit too much. And then I say, well, this is boxing. That's like saying a football player get hit too much. It's football. So same thing with boxing. That's part of the job. You're going to get hit. So when they say hit too much, but he's still winning in impressive fashion, that lets me know I'm talking to somebody that don't know what they're talking about. So I immediately get away from it. But that's what I would love to see that fight, and I'm leaning towards Bud Crawford.
That would be a great fight.
Yeah.
It's the fight that we all want to see. I mean, Crawford, great fighter. Spence, great fighter. It's just a great matchup.
Yeah.
And Spence wants to fight, but I mean, Crawford wants to fight it. I don't know about Spence in his camp.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, with the promotion, it's hard to make these fights because everybody being greedy when it comes to promotion. They want most of the rights to these fights so they can make the money. So I overheard, not overheard, but I actually heard Bud in an interview recently say he don't want nothing to do with Spence. He don't care for Spence no more because.
But see, and if I were in this corner as an advisor, that's not the position you take. This is the biggest fight. You don't say that. You want to compete. Yeah. What I would do if Spence wanted 60-40, what I would say to Errol Spence, right?
Yeah.
You want 60-40, I'm going to go one better for you. I'm going to go 100-0. The winner by knockout gets 100%. And I'll go 60-40 with you for the person who wins by decision. You get my point? Because then you're leaving up to the 3 judges. And if they rob me, 60-40 is not bad. But because I believe in myself, Errol, you're 100% right. 100-0.
So you saying put it all on the line?
I believe in myself. I'm going to be the first fighter to make 100. I know Tommy Hearns would make that deal.
Yeah, but these guys, they're not old school anymore. So they wouldn't dare say that.
You can't talk about A side, B side, and talk about 60-40. We understand that.
Right.
But if you really want to fight, would you not take a chance where you control it? It's not like a lottery. I control it, right? So I'm going to take, if I decided you and I are going to have a foot race, right? And I said, Greg, the winner, 100-0. Usain Bolt would make that bet.
Right.
Somebody bet Usain Bolt, he gets paid in track and field before he retired. I guarantee you in 100, every race he went to, it would take 100-0.
Yeah.
Why can't Spence say 100-0?
They're not that confident no more.
You must not believe that you can beat Bud Crawford.
I don't think he really even think about that fight because it really, to him, he don't even really want the fight. So I don't think he really even thinking about that fight.
But if I were Crawford, I want that fight. I'm not just gonna let it just go away. 60-40, I'm gonna counter offer.
I think Crawford wants the fight, but what Crawford trying to do is he's trying to put a lot of attention and pressure on Crawford, on Spence by saying, I'm not even worried about you no more.
No, but almost like you don't matter. That's not doing it.
Yeah.
That's not helping you. Right. That's really not helping you. Then if it comes down to it, right, I'm going to do old Archie Moore. Archie Moore chased the light heavyweight title for 10 years. He won the light heavyweight title in his 161st bout, right?
Hey.
After he paid off everybody, he cleared $800, right?
Wow.
Okay, if I won this fight, and I really believe if he doesn't want to take 100-0, and he says 60-40, go ahead, take 60-40. I'm going to go out there, knock you out, and the rematch is going to be 80-20.
Yeah. Take the lion's share.
I'll take 60-40 if you're willing. If I beat you and knock you out, let's make it 80-20 then.
Yeah.
So that's it. Let's talk about the heavyweight division.
Right.
Who do you want to see? Well, the fight's made already.
I was about to say, I heard Tyson Fury and my guy Anthony Joshua was signed and sealed. So that was the fight I was looking forward to next, and that's the fight that seems to be happening. I favor, of course, Tyson Fury because I'm a boxing fan. I love guys who are technical. I love guys who are technical. I love guys who are not afraid to step up to the plate. Tyson Fury is all three. He's ready to go. But at the same time, Anthony Joshua is a very proud heavyweight. He has no problem stepping in the ring with anybody in the world, and he has no problem with preparation. He's going to get ready. And I think because he's built a little bit, not a little better, but a lot better than Wilder, he has better legs, upper body's real stocky. I think it's going to make it hard for Fury to walk through him. I don't think Fury will walk through him. I think if Fury going to win that fight, his legs got to be working for 14, 15 rounds, even though it's a 12-round bout. And he has to be very slick that night, very sharp that night. Otherwise, the British Bulldog is going to get him.
You know, I looked at my crystal ball, right?
Yeah.
Joshua's going to stop him in the 8th round.
Whoa.
That fight's not even going to be competitive as people think it is.
Now, that's a huge statement, and I'm not against that, and I'm not against those odds because in boxing, those type of things happening, and I'm glad you said it first. So if anybody tries to say they said Joshua was going to win, I'm going to say no. Chick Hansen was the first one that I heard it say.
It's
Joshua
going 8 rounds. It's not going past 8 rounds. I'm putting my house on Anthony Joshua.
Oh, shit.
AJ's going to win. I don't plan on being homeless. We can talk. And I'm a fan of Tyson Fury because he just bought the Muhammad Ali kit. He's great, great marketer, great publicity. He's entertaining. He's great for boxing.
Super great for boxing.
But I just don't see him beating Anthony Joshua.
That's a great fight. I can't wait.
It's not going to be competitive. It's not.
You think Joshua just going to run through Tyson Fury?
Run through him. It's going to be a bigger version of Duran and Hearns.
Oh, man. I can't wait. Now.
Listen, I got a better chance of beating Usain Bolt right now in the 100 than Fury has of beating Joshua.
I can't wait now.
Don't let that bravado tell you that he really wants to fight Joshua.
You don't think so? You don't think he wants that trouble?
Listen, he wants it, but he's not convinced he can beat Joshua.
In order to be the best in the world, though, he's going to have to. So right now it's between him and Joshua. So he's going to have to if he's going to be the best in the world.
Well, that's going to be it's a great marketing event, but it won't be a competitive fight.
Damn, I can't wait.
It won't be a competitive fight. It might end before the 8th round. So what
is it that you see in Joshua that he'll just walk through Fury?
See, people are basing Fury's fight against Wilder, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they're compete. See, Joshua has better boxing skills than Wilder. With Wilder, you're looking out for one punch. And people saw that. Now, let's be intellectually honest. He did outbox Wilder the first fight, but he also got knocked out the first fight.
You think he ain't beat the count, really?
0.9% of the referees would have stopped that fight when he went down on his back, closed his eye, didn't move, and got, 13 seconds to get up? Fight was over. No, don't get me wrong. Was he winning? Should he have been winning on the scorecard? Yes. Yeah. I had him winning. But did he get knocked out? Yes, he did. The referee messed up. Now, that said, in the second fight, had Deontay Wilder not gotten hit behind the ear and behind the head, his equilibrium, as we say, was discombobulated. I probably would have stopped the fight in the 4th or 5th round. He wasn't going to recover from that. We would have seen a different fight. So people are basing that and say, well, he's going to beat Anthony Joshua. Yes. But you got to remember something. There's a reason Joshua won the 2012 Olympics.
Right.
There's a reason. He's a big guy that can box.
Yeah,
he really can box. And he can punch.
That's true.
Now, he's going to hit Tyson Fury more than Deontay Wilder is going to hit him.
Okay.
So don't be surprised.
I'm looking forward to that fight for sure.
Now, this the big news that came up that our Philadelphia Gladiator, Danny Garcia, is moving up to 154 pounds. What are your thoughts?
I mean, he's been competing at 47 for a long time. Yeah. He's getting older. You know what, man? In history, there's been, like I said, there's been guys to move up. You know what? I had this conversation with somebody on Facebook, and he was like, name a fighter that went up and did this, and that. I said, listen, James Toney went from 54 all the way to heavyweight and made it happen. I said, so you can never say that a guy can't do something. The guy responds, well, James Toney was special. So then, again, I'm talking to somebody who don't know shit about boxing. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, listen, Danny Garcia is a special fighter. Danny Garcia still has gas left. If he feels like he can compete at 54, I think he can. He definitely has the strength. And one thing people don't understand about the fighters when you go up, yeah, they a little bit stronger, but they also slow down too. The pace is a little bit slower each time. Each time you go up in weight, the pace slow down just a little bit. And the reason I know that and understand that because I fought at all the weight classes. Mm-hmm. So I think Danny definitely has a fair chance at 54. Definitely.
And I'm gonna agree. I agree with you because it's not like he's moving up to light heavyweight. People have to remember he's putting on 7 pounds. He started at 39 at 140. He moved up to 47. His body is filled out, so he's only moving up the next weight division.
Yeah. That's just people who just want to sound like experts. They think because the guy moves up and he hasn't been winning as of lately the big fights at the lower weight class, then how could he possibly do it at a higher weight class? But you never know what a man is going through. Maybe he was draining
himself making 147.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. His body might be 100% healthy going up to 54.
Yeah,
he might feel like
maybe he was just taking too much out of himself to make the 47-pound limit.
Exactly.
Well, kudos to Danny. He's moving up. I'm looking forward to his next fight.
Me too.
And couple things they have to remember. He's going to be even stronger at 54.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. He might take more chances because once he realized the guys are slower. And then one thing about a bigger man, it makes for a bigger target. So he might, that no-look hook might come to use.
Exactly. So kudos. Now, with the other weight classes, man, what else is there? Light heavyweight, super middleweight.
I mean, listen, one of the most entertaining fighters right now, one of the most instinctive fighters right now, one of the best fighters in the world right now is Stephen Coolboy Fulton. Because what he did to Angelo Leo, nobody saw him doing. And on top of that, he's beat, I think it is eight or nine undefeated fighters right now. And I feel like he's not getting enough respect. I think he's definitely one of the best fighters in the world right now. Not because his last performance, and not because because he's from Philadelphia. I mean, just because of his all-around makeup. He's a great fighter, man. And guys need to go back and watch that last fight and learn from that fight.
I saw the fight, and I agree with you. Stephen Fulton, he's a special fighter. Can fight. It's so great. We've been watching him since he was a kid in the amateurs.
Yeah.
And just to see how he developed and came along and made a transition from the amateurs to the pros. That was an impressive victory, man.
Impressive victory, for sure. And again, it was against another undefeated fighter. And he beat him at his own style. He got in the phone booth, and he stayed in the phone booth.
I thought he was going to box, but, man,
Me too.
He became a street fight on the inside.
Yeah, took it to the streets.
Joe Frazier would have been proud.
For sure.
Benny Briscoe was up there smiling.
For sure. For sure.
But it was a great victory, man. So big thing from Stephen Fulton.
Yeah.
Expect big things. I ultimately see him going up to 126 pounds and finishing up at 130.
Yeah. He said, I talked to him today, believe it or not. He said he wants to unify at 22, and then he'll go ahead and go up to 26. And like you said, finish. I think he'll finish at 30 also.
Yeah. Any other big fights you want to see? I know Jamal Charlo.
I mean, I want to see Canelo fight anybody that's worth watching him fight. It could be Big Charlo, Jamal. It could be Demetrius Andre. Shit, it could be Gabe Rosado. Fight somebody that we know.
But Billy Joe Saunders.
Yeah, but Billy Joe, where he been at? Billy Joe he been hiding.
Well, that's going to be a good fight, but
it is. Canelo. It is. No, I like that fight. I like that fight. And I think Billy Joe if Billy Joe could really tap into who he is as a fighter and be as awkward as he's been in the past, I think Billy Joe could make it a real interesting fight. But what's going to matter is the last 4 rounds.
Okay. I like
9,
Canelo,
10, 11,
man.
12.
Body punching, his defense.
Yeah. Canelo's realizing that, and he has, I guess I could say the last couple of years, he's realized that he's intimidating to these guys. And he's been using that to his advantage. You know what I mean?
Hey, the body punching, you can't hit him. Listen, I love watching Canelo.
Yeah.
But you know, I would want to see that fight with him and Jamal Charlo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to see
I would love to see that fight.
Andre, you know. And I'm not going to disrespect Canelo like he hasn't for anybody, but at this level where we renting an app, I mean, we pay for an app every month, and come on, man, give us a show. Stop playing.
Yeah, I would love to see that. Now, who do you like in this upcoming fight with Dylan White, my Jamaican brother, and Povetkin, the rematch?
Oh, they fighting again?
March, yes, they're fighting again.
I like
that fight. I forget the exact date. It's coming up real soon.
Povetkin pulled it off the first time after, I believe, didn't he get knocked down like 2 or 3 times?
Yeah, that got dropped, yeah.
Yeah, he's tough as hell. But Dylan White, man, super entertaining. I love watching Dylan White versus anybody. And you know what? I'm going to say this fight is going to be a 50-50 fight. I can't, even though Povetkin pulled it off the first time, I can't pick Povetkin. I'm going to say 50-50. Great fight.
Well, you know, I think maybe they didn't have enough jerk sauce and Jamaican jerk sauce and Dylan's diet last time. That might have affected the performance. I think he's going to have enough jerk chicken and enough jerk in his food this time. So
yeah,
I'm going with Dylan White.
Yeah.
The last time
that's gonna be a great
kudos to Povetkin to pull that off because I thought the fight was over. But got off the deck and he won. Yep.
Yeah.
But you know what, man? I'm glad with the Zone and the ESPN just to see a lot of the British fighters.
Yeah.
It's really good seeing them. Did you see Lawrence Okoli?
No, I didn't get to check him out.
The cruiserweight. Oh my!
I heard of him. I didn't get to see him.
Man, I've been following him, man. He won the WBO vacant title.
Okay. What you think about the cruiserweight division?
See, I like the cruiserweight division. It's a good place. You just need a big superstar there. I think Okoli is really good, but a lot of people traditionally has taken it as the stepping stone for the heavyweight division.
I've been trying to take the throne at cruiserweight, but nobody will fight me. I can't get nobody to fight me.
I love the cruiserweight division. But with Lawrence Okoli, man, hey, it's back to where it was with Holyfield. I like
I'll fight him too. I'll fight Okoli.
Hey, we'll get you over there. And then, you know, the WBC started another weight class, the Bridger weight.
Now talk to me about that.
They started that in 2020, but the Bridger weight, that's a weight between heavyweight, cruiserweight, and heavyweight, 200 to 224.
Yeah, I heard about that.
But Steve Hackett, he could be the first Bridger weight champion. Put some weight on, man, and compete at the Bridger weight.
I think the weight is there. I just need a little bit of muscle.
Yep. So
that's
about it, man. But it's been a good conversation, man.
Yes, sir.
It's COVID time. We have so much going on. Boxing continues. I want to see Crawford versus Spence.
Yes, sir.
I'm going on record again. I'm betting my house on Anthony Joshua. Knockout in the 8th round. I'm a fan of Tyson Fury, but I looked in my crystal ball and I see AJ taking this one.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait now.
So it's going to be a great fight. I know all the Tyson Fury fans are going to go, oh, no, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And, you know, at least I will get on camera and give you my prediction before the fight. unlike 99% of the people who give you their prediction after the announcer announced the decision. Then they're on social media. Oh, yes. So
and they always say I called it. They always say I called it.
I called it. Well, we didn't see it. You know, but that's about it. Well, Hackett, man, thank you, man.
Appreciate you guys.
Talking boxing with us this afternoon. Take care. Tell Pat I'll be looking out for him. Tell him you need an attorney in about 3 years and a publicist. Sign me up for the Pat Man's going to win a world title.
I hope so.
We got a whole marketing plan for him.
Yeah, we do. We will get him right.
Tell Pat to be the only amateur with his own publicist.
Yeah. We're going to do that.
Take care, man.
All right, see y'all. Thank you.
Talking to you, Hackett. Take care.
All right, peace.